Emotional Intelligence, the Key to Stronger Relationships and Success, presented by Boundless Books Audio. Introduction. Welcome to Boundless Books Audio, your destination for life-changing audiobooks that empower you to grow, succeed, and transform your mindset. Today, we explore a crucial skill that can elevate every aspect of your life: emotional intelligence. This audiobook will guide you through the core principles of emotional intelligence, teaching you how to understand yourself, manage emotions, and build stronger relationships for personal and professional success. Chapter 1: Understanding Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EI, is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Yet it remains underrated in a world that prioritizes IQ and technical abilities. At its core, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, manage, and regulate both your emotions and the emotions of others. It's not just about being kind or empathetic, it's about being in control of your reactions, making wise decisions under pressure, and building relationships that foster success. The concept of emotional intelligence gained mainstream recognition through the work of psychologist Daniel Goleman, who identified 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Self-awareness is the foundation of EI. It means recognizing your emotions as they arise, understanding what triggers them, and being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses. Without self-awareness, emotions control you rather than the other way around. Next is self-regulation, which allows you to control impulses, stay calm under stress, and avoid making rash decisions. It's what prevents you from lashing out in anger or making choices based on fleeting emotions rather than long-term wisdom. Then comes motivation, not just external rewards, but the internal drive to pursue goals, stay resilient through setbacks, and maintain a positive outlook even in challenging situations. Empathy, the 4th pillar, is the ability to put yourself in another person's shoes and truly understand their feelings, making it a crucial skill for leaders, negotiators, and anyone who wants to build deep relationships. Finally, social skills tie it all together: the ability to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and inspire others. People with strong emotional intelligence are excellent at reading situations, adapting their responses accordingly, and making those around them feel understood. But why is emotional intelligence so essential? Studies have shown that EI is often a better predictor of success than IQ. While intelligence and talent may open doors, emotional intelligence determines how well you navigate the complexities of life, from workplace dynamics to personal relationships. A person with high EI can remain calm during conflict, express their thoughts without aggression, and connect with others in a meaningful way. This is especially important in leadership, where understanding and managing emotions can make the difference between inspiring a team or creating a toxic work environment. Furthermore, emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in mental health. People with high EI experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression because they can process emotions in a healthy way instead of suppressing or ignoring them. They also tend to have stronger relationships because they listen actively, express themselves clearly, and handle misunderstandings with maturity. The good news is that emotional intelligence isn't fixed; it can be developed and strengthened with practice. By actively working on self-awareness, learning to pause before reacting, and improving empathy, anyone can enhance their EI and unlock its benefits. In a world where human connection is more valuable than ever, emotional intelligence is not just an asset, it's a necessity for lasting success, happiness, and fulfillment. Chapter 2: The Power of Self-Awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and success. It is the ability to look inward, understand your emotions, and recognize how your thoughts and actions shape your reality. Without self-awareness, you operate on autopilot, reacting to life instead of intentionally shaping it. Imagine walking through a maze blindfolded. This is how life feels when you lack self-awareness. You stumble, take wrong turns, and repeat mistakes without understanding why. But when you develop self-awareness, it's like removing the blindfold. Suddenly, you see the obstacles in your way, recognize patterns in your behavior, and understand how to navigate life with greater clarity. One of the most significant benefits of self-awareness is emotional control. Many people go through life being ruled by their emotions, reacting impulsively without understanding the deeper triggers behind their feelings. When you become self-aware, you start noticing your emotional responses and questioning why you feel the way you do. Instead of lashing out in anger or withdrawing in sadness, you pause and reflect. You ask yourself, why am I feeling this? What triggered this reaction? How can I respond better? This simple act of self-reflection can transform your relationships, decision-making, and overall well-being. Self-awareness also allows you to identify limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. Often, people unknowingly carry negative self-talk and deeply ingrained fears that sabotage their success. Thoughts like "I'm not good enough," "I always fail," or "success is for other people, not me" can become invisible barriers that prevent progress. But when you become aware of these negative thought patterns, you gain the power to change them. Instead of being controlled by self-doubt, you can reframe your thoughts into empowering beliefs. You shift from saying, "I can't do this," to "I am learning and improving every day." Another critical aspect of self-awareness is understanding how you affect others. Many people go through life unaware of how their words, actions, and energy impact those around them. They may wonder why their relationships are strained, why people react negatively to them, or why they struggle to connect with others. When you cultivate self-awareness, you start paying attention to your communication style, body language, and emotional energy. You begin to see how your tone of voice, facial expressions, and choice of words influence interactions. This newfound awareness helps you improve your relationships, become a better leader, and create deeper connections with people. Developing self-awareness is not an overnight process. It requires consistent effort and self-reflection. Practices such as journaling, meditation, and seeking feedback from others can help you deepen your understanding of yourself. Take time to observe your thoughts without judgment, analyze your reactions, and ask yourself tough questions. The more you engage in this process, the more clarity you gain about who you truly are and what you want in life. Ultimately, self-awareness is a superpower. It gives you the ability to break free from unconscious patterns, take control of your emotions, and create a life of intentionality. The more self-aware you become, the more power you have to shape your destiny and achieve true success. Chapter 3: Managing Your Emotions Effectively. Emotional intelligence is not about suppressing your emotions but learning how to manage them effectively. In life, challenges are inevitable, and your ability to handle emotions in the face of adversity will determine your success. Imagine a situation where someone criticizes your work. Do you react impulsively, letting anger take control? Or do you pause, process the criticism, and respond in a way that leads to growth? The key to emotional mastery lies in self-awareness, self-regulation, and the ability to navigate emotions without being controlled by them. The first step in managing your emotions is recognizing them. Too often, people allow emotions to dictate their actions without understanding why they feel a certain way. When anger, frustration, or sadness arises, take a step back and ask yourself, what triggered this feeling? Is my reaction justified? How can I respond in a way that benefits me? By developing this awareness, you gain control over your emotional responses instead of being a victim of them. Practicing mindfulness, journaling, or simply taking deep breaths before reacting can help you stay composed in emotionally charged situations. Once you recognize your emotions, the next step is self-regulation. This means managing how you express your feelings, ensuring they serve a productive purpose. Self-regulation does not mean suppressing emotions, it means channeling them constructively. For example, instead of lashing out in anger, use that energy to fuel motivation and problem-solving. If you're feeling overwhelmed by stress, engage in activities that bring clarity, whether it's exercise, meditation, or simply stepping away from the situation momentarily. Highly successful people are not immune to negative emotions, they've just mastered the art of directing them effectively. Another crucial aspect of emotional management is developing empathy. Emotions are not just about you, they impact your interactions with others. Understanding how others feel and responding with empathy strengthens relationships, whether in the workplace, at home, or in social settings. When you acknowledge other people's emotions and perspectives, you create trust and deeper connections. This skill is particularly valuable in leadership, negotiations, and conflict resolution, where emotional intelligence determines the outcome. Finally, mastering emotional resilience is essential. Life will throw obstacles in your path, and you will experience moments of disappointment, rejection, or failure. Instead of letting negative emotions consume you, train your mind to see setbacks as learning opportunities. Reframe challenges with a growth mindset. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Successful people don't allow emotions to paralyze them, they use emotions as fuel to push forward. The ability to bounce back from adversity with a positive mindset is what sets emotionally intelligent individuals apart. In conclusion, managing emotions effectively is not about eliminating feelings but understanding, regulating, and channeling them for personal growth. Emotional intelligence empowers you to stay composed, make better decisions, and build stronger relationships. By practicing self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and resilience, you take control of your emotional world, allowing you to thrive in any situation. Those who master their emotions master their lives. Chapter 4: The Role of Empathy in Emotional Intelligence. Empathy is the foundation of emotional intelligence, enabling individuals to connect deeply with others, build meaningful relationships, and navigate social complexities with ease. At its core, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, creating a bridge between two people that fosters trust and understanding. Without empathy, communication becomes superficial, conflicts escalate, and relationships suffer. In contrast, individuals with high emotional intelligence use empathy to sense unspoken emotions, respond appropriately to others' needs, and create an environment where people feel heard and valued. Whether in personal relationships, leadership roles, or professional settings, empathy allows individuals to see the world through different perspectives, making interactions more compassionate and effective. One of the most powerful aspects of empathy is its ability to de-escalate conflicts. When people feel misunderstood or dismissed, emotions can quickly spiral out of control, leading to resentment and hostility. However, when someone practices active listening and acknowledges the other person's emotions, tensions often ease. Simply saying, "I understand how you feel," can make a significant difference in diffusing arguments and fostering resolution. This ability to validate others' emotions strengthens relationships, as people are naturally drawn to those who make them feel understood. Leaders who demonstrate empathy create loyal teams because employees feel valued, leading to increased morale and productivity. Similarly, in personal relationships, partners who show empathy cultivate deeper emotional bonds and long-lasting trust. Moreover, empathy plays a crucial role in effective communication. Understanding another person's emotions allows for tailored responses that resonate with their state of mind. For instance, a leader delivering constructive criticism with empathy ensures that feedback is received positively rather than triggering defensiveness. A customer service professional who empathizes with a frustrated client can turn a negative experience into a positive one by simply acknowledging the client's concerns. Empathy transforms communication from a mere exchange of words into a meaningful connection, enhancing both personal and professional interactions. Empathy also fosters inclusivity and social harmony by helping individuals appreciate diverse perspectives. In a world filled with different cultures, backgrounds, and experiences, empathy enables people to step outside their own viewpoints and embrace the emotions and struggles of others. This is especially important in today's interconnected world, where collaboration across different communities and ideologies is necessary. Leaders and influencers who exhibit empathy break down barriers, reduce prejudice, and encourage unity. By acknowledging others' emotions and challenges, they inspire collective progress and mutual respect. Developing empathy requires intentional effort, as it is not merely about feeling sorry for someone but about truly understanding their emotions. Practicing active listening. Being fully present in conversations, and avoiding judgment are key steps in strengthening empathy. Reading literature, engaging with diverse communities, and reflecting on personal experiences also enhance one's ability to empathize. The more empathy one cultivates, the create an environment where others feel valued and understood. This builds trust, strengthens relationships, and positions you as someone people respect and appreciate. Another critical aspect of social awareness is understanding the dynamics of different social settings. Whether you're in a business meeting, a family gathering, or a casual conversation, every environment has unspoken rules. Some situations call for formality and restraint, while others allow for humor and informality. Being socially aware means adjusting your approach to fit the context. A joke that's appropriate at a dinner party may be out of place in a boardroom. Likewise, a serious, professional tone might be unnecessary in a relaxed social setting. The ability to adapt is what sets socially intelligent individuals apart. Empathy is the foundation of true social awareness. It's not just about noticing what others feel but genuinely understanding their perspective. This requires putting yourself in their shoes, considering their experiences, and responding with compassion. Empathy builds stronger connections and makes interactions more meaningful. It helps diffuse conflicts, fosters cooperation, and creates an atmosphere of mutual respect. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to open up, trust you, and work with you toward common goals. Finally, mastering social awareness means being mindful of your own presence. How you carry yourself, the energy you bring into a room, and the way you engage with others all impact how people perceive you. Confidence, warmth, and attentiveness make you approachable and trustworthy. The most socially aware individuals don't just read others, they also manage their own expressions, tone, and behavior to create positive interactions. By practicing these skills daily, you can transform your relationships, boost your influence, and navigate life with greater ease and success. Chapter 6: Building Stronger Relationships Through Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the foundation of strong, meaningful relationships. It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions while also being aware of the emotions of others. At its core, emotional intelligence helps you navigate social situations, communicate effectively, and build deeper connections. People with high emotional intelligence are more empathetic, better listeners, and more skilled at handling conflict. They don't just react, they respond thoughtfully, ensuring their interactions uplift rather than damage relationships. Whether it's in personal relationships, friendships, or professional environments, emotional intelligence determines how well you connect with others. One of the key components of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Before you can improve relationships with others, you need to understand yourself. Self-awareness allows you to recognize your emotional triggers, biases, and patterns of behavior. For instance, if you know that criticism makes you defensive, you can train yourself to pause before reacting negatively. By understanding your emotions, you gain the ability to control them rather than letting them control you. This self-regulation prevents unnecessary conflicts and allows for more thoughtful, measured responses in conversations. Empathy is another crucial element of emotional intelligence that strengthens relationships. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand their perspective. People with high empathy listen not just to respond, but to truly understand. They pay attention to body language, tone of voice, and unspoken emotions, allowing them to connect on a deeper level. When you show genuine concern for others, they feel valued and appreciated, which fosters trust and mutual respect. In contrast, a lack of empathy can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and emotional distance. Communication is also a vital skill in emotionally intelligent relationships. Effective communication involves both speaking and listening with intention. People with strong emotional intelligence know how to express their thoughts clearly while being mindful of the emotions of others. They use I statements rather than blaming language, for example, saying, "I feel hurt when this happens" instead of "you always do this." This approach reduces defensiveness and opens the door for constructive dialogue. Additionally, they actively listen without interrupting, allowing the other person to feel heard and understood. Emotional intelligence also plays a key role in conflict resolution. Every relationship experiences disagreements, but how you handle them determines the strength of the bond. Instead of reacting impulsively, emotionally intelligent individuals approach conflicts with patience and understanding. They seek solutions rather than trying to win the argument. They acknowledge the emotions of both parties and strive for a compromise that benefits everyone involved. By managing emotions during tense situations, they prevent unnecessary damage to relationships. Ultimately, emotional intelligence is the secret to lasting, fulfilling relationships. It allows you to build trust, navigate challenges, and create meaningful connections with others. When you become more self-aware, empathetic, and skilled at communication, your relationships will naturally become stronger. The more you practice emotional intelligence, the more people will be drawn to you, and the deeper and more rewarding your connections will be. Chapter 7: Emotional Intelligence in Leadership. Great leaders are not just defined by their intelligence, experience, or technical skills. What truly sets them apart is their emotional intelligence, EQ. In leadership, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, manage, and leverage emotions, both your own and those of others, to create a positive and productive work environment. Leaders with high EQ can inspire and motivate their teams, navigate challenges with composure, and make sound decisions under pressure. One of the most critical components of emotional intelligence in leadership is self-awareness, the ability to recognize and understand your emotions and how they affect your behavior. Leaders who are self-aware can regulate their emotions effectively, preventing frustration or stress from clouding their judgment. Instead of reacting impulsively to challenges, they respond thoughtfully, ensuring their actions align with their values and long-term goals. Self-regulation is another key aspect of EQ in leadership. It involves managing emotions in a way that fosters a stable and trustworthy leadership presence. A leader who cannot control their emotions, whether it's anger, frustration, or fear, risks losing credibility with their team. However, a leader who demonstrates composure, patience, and resilience in tough situations earns the respect and confidence of their employees. Empathy is perhaps the most underrated yet powerful element of emotional intelligence. Leaders who genuinely understand and care about their team members' concerns, aspirations, and struggles create a work culture built on trust and mutual respect. Empathy allows leaders to build stronger relationships, mediate conflicts effectively, and make decisions that take into account the needs of the people they lead. It is this ability to step into another person's shoes that makes employees feel valued, which, in turn, enhances morale, motivation, and productivity. Social skills. Another pillar of emotional intelligence, allow leaders to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts diplomatically, and build strong professional networks. Leaders with high EQ know how to navigate difficult conversations, provide constructive feedback, and inspire their teams to work toward a shared vision. They excel in collaboration and ensure that employees feel heard and appreciated. Additionally, motivation plays a crucial role in leadership success. Emotionally intelligent leaders are driven not just by financial gain or power but by a deep intrinsic motivation to achieve meaningful goals. Their passion, optimism, and commitment to excellence set the tone for the entire team, inspiring others to strive for greatness. They don't just push people to meet deadlines, they help them see the bigger picture, instilling a sense of purpose in their work. When emotional intelligence is lacking, even the most skilled and knowledgeable leaders can struggle with interpersonal conflicts, low employee engagement, and high turnover rates. However, by cultivating EQ, leaders can foster a positive work culture, strengthen team dynamics, and drive long-term success. The best leaders are those who don't just command authority but also connect, inspire, and empower, and it is emotional intelligence that makes this possible. True leadership is not about power, it is about understanding, influencing, and elevating others, and emotional intelligence is the key to making that happen. Chapter 8: the impact of emotional intelligence on success. Emotional intelligence, EI, is often the hidden factor that separates the highly successful from those who struggle to reach their potential. While intelligence, skills, and experience are crucial, EI influences how well you navigate the complexities of life, interact with others, and handle challenges. It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of others. In today's fast-paced, competitive world, emotional intelligence plays a critical role in leadership, career growth, and overall success. Whether you're an entrepreneur, executive, or someone striving for self-improvement, mastering EI can give you an edge that no amount of technical knowledge alone can provide. One of the most powerful aspects of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Successful people understand their strengths and weaknesses, and they use this insight to make better decisions. They recognize when they're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or frustrated, and take proactive steps to regain control. Instead of allowing emotions to dictate their actions, they use their emotions as data, signals that guide them toward constructive choices. This self-awareness also enables them to stay motivated, set clear goals, and persist even when faced with obstacles. Without self-awareness, it's easy to fall into self-sabotaging behaviors that prevent growth and success. Another key element of EI is self-regulation. The ability to manage emotions, rather than be controlled by them, separates those who excel from those who react impulsively. Imagine an entrepreneur who faces a major setback, such as a failed business deal. Someone with low emotional intelligence might lash out in frustration, blame others, or make rash decisions that worsen the situation. However, an emotionally intelligent person would take a step back, assess the situation objectively, and respond with composure. They understand that success is a long game, and managing emotions effectively allows them to stay focused, adapt, and keep moving forward. Social skills, another critical component of EI, play an enormous role in professional and personal success. Building strong relationships, networking effectively, and communicating with clarity are all dependent on emotional intelligence. Those who can connect with people on a deeper level, showing empathy, active listening, and understanding, create trust and influence. In leadership, this skill is invaluable. Great leaders inspire and motivate their teams not by commanding them, but by connecting with them emotionally. A leader with high EI knows how to handle conflicts, encourage collaboration, and bring out the best in people. Empathy, a cornerstone of emotional intelligence, enhances both business and personal relationships. Being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes allows you to anticipate needs, resolve issues effectively, and create meaningful connections. The most successful individuals understand that success is not just about personal achievement but also about lifting others. Whether it's negotiating a business deal, mentoring a team, or maintaining strong friendships, empathy fosters trust and loyalty, two things that drive long-term success. Ultimately, emotional intelligence is the foundation of lasting achievement. Intelligence and talent may open doors, but EI determines how well you navigate through them. Those who cultivate emotional intelligence experience greater career success, deeper relationships, and higher levels of happiness. By mastering self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills, and empathy, you unlock a level of success that goes beyond wealth and status. It leads to true fulfillment. Chapter 9: Handling Criticism and Feedback Gracefully. Criticism and feedback are inevitable aspects of both personal and professional life. The ability to handle them gracefully is a vital skill that can significantly impact your growth, relationships, and success. While it's natural to feel defensive or hurt when receiving criticism, mastering the art of responding with composure and openness is what distinguishes those who thrive from those who stagnate. The first step in handling criticism gracefully is to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack on your character or abilities, view it as an opportunity for improvement. Constructive feedback is intended to help you recognize areas where you can evolve, not to tear you down. When someone offers feedback, whether positive or negative, take a deep breath and listen carefully. Resist the urge to interrupt or argue. In those moments, silence is often your best ally. By maintaining a calm demeanor, you give yourself the space to process what's being said without rushing to defend your actions or decisions. It's also important to ask clarifying questions if the feedback is unclear. This shows that you're not only receptive to the information but also genuinely interested in understanding how you can improve. It's crucial to avoid taking feedback personally. Even if the criticism feels harsh, remember that it reflects the specific situation or behavior being discussed, not your overall worth. Being open to feedback doesn't mean agreeing with everything you hear, but it does mean considering it thoughtfully. If the criticism is valid, embrace it as a chance to make necessary adjustments. If it's not constructive or comes from someone who isn't well informed, use it as an opportunity to practice resilience and move forward without letting it affect your confidence. When responding to feedback, always express gratitude. A simple acknowledgement like, "Thank you for your input," can go a long way in maintaining professionalism and strengthening relationships. You don't have to agree with every point, but showing respect for the person offering feedback demonstrates emotional maturity and self-control. Additionally, after receiving feedback, take some time to reflect. What aspects of the feedback are valuable, and what parts can you use to propel yourself forward? This reflection process allows you to integrate the lessons learned from the feedback into your daily life and decision-making. Remember, handling criticism with grace is a sign of emotional intelligence. It shows that you're not only capable of processing negative emotions but also that you have the ability to turn those emotions into productive action. The more you practice handling criticism gracefully, the more resilient and adaptable you become. Over time, this ability will empower you to take risks, grow stronger, and develop the self-assurance needed to succeed in any area of life. Chapter 10: Resolving Conflicts with Emotional Intelligence. Conflict is inevitable in both personal and professional relationships, but how we handle these conflicts can either strengthen or break those bonds. One of the most effective tools for resolving conflicts is emotional intelligence, EQ, which involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions, as well as the emotions of others. At its core, emotional intelligence provides us with the insight needed to navigate challenging situations in a way that promotes mutual understanding and cooperation rather than escalation. When faced with conflict, it's easy to let emotions cloud our judgment, leading to rash decisions and reactive behavior. However, a high EQ allows us to stay grounded, respond thoughtfully, and maintain a sense of empathy toward others involved. The first step in resolving conflict with emotional intelligence is self-awareness. By recognizing our own emotional triggers, we can better manage our reactions and avoid being overwhelmed by anger, frustration, or resentment. Self-awareness allows us to pause before responding, giving us the opportunity to choose our words and actions carefully, ensuring they align with our goals of resolving the conflict constructively. The next crucial element is self-regulation. Once we recognize our emotional state, it's important to regulate our emotions to prevent them from controlling us. This might mean taking a deep breath, stepping away from the situation to cool off, or reframing our perspective to find a more balanced view. Self-regulation fosters calmness and clarity, which are essential for finding a solution to the issue at hand. Empathy is another cornerstone of emotional intelligence, particularly in conflict resolution. Understanding the feelings and needs of the other party can transform a confrontational situation into a cooperative one. Empathy allows us to step into the other person's shoes, which helps de-escalate tensions and build rapport. When we listen with empathy, we validate the other person's emotions, demonstrating that we care about their perspective and are willing to collaborate toward a solution. Active listening is a key component of this, as it requires us to be fully present, attentive, and open-minded, rather than merely waiting for our turn to speak. Social skills also play a significant role in conflict resolution. A person with strong social skills can communicate effectively, express themselves assertively without being aggressive, and find common ground with others. They use their social awareness to recognize the dynamics at play, whether it's a power struggle, miscommunication, or a clash of values, and they know how to navigate these dynamics to reach a resolution. Collaboration is often the result when all parties involved in a conflict use emotional intelligence. By creating a safe space for open dialogue, offering constructive feedback, and seeking compromise, emotional intelligence fosters an environment of trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Ultimately, resolving conflicts with emotional intelligence not only helps us achieve peaceful solutions but also strengthens our relationships, improves our emotional well-being, and enhances our ability to lead and work effectively with others. When we approach conflicts with a mindset of emotional awareness and empathy, we turn potential confrontations into opportunities for growth and connection. Chapter 11, Emotional Intelligence in the Workplace. Emotional intelligence, EI, in the workplace is a critical skill that greatly impacts both individual and organizational success. It refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, while also being able to recognize and influence the emotions of others. In a professional setting, high emotional intelligence can contribute to stronger relationships, improved teamwork, and better conflict resolution. In today's fast-paced and often high-pressure work environments, emotional intelligence is more valuable than ever. The workplace is not just a space for task completion but is also a dynamic environment filled with diverse personalities, complex interpersonal interactions, and evolving challenges. Employees with high EI can navigate these complexities effectively, adapting their communication and behavior to build rapport, foster collaboration, and maintain harmony in the workplace. One key component of emotional intelligence is self-awareness, which allows employees to recognize their emotions and how those emotions influence their behavior and decision-making. For example, a person who can identify that they are feeling frustrated or overwhelmed is less likely to respond impulsively or make rash decisions. The investment in developing emotional intelligence is not just about improving personal success, it's about contributing to a workplace culture that supports growth, teamwork, and long-term achievement. Chapter 12, The Connection Between Emotional Intelligence and Mental Health. Emotional intelligence, EQ, plays a significant role in mental health, influencing our ability to understand, manage, and regulate our emotions, as well as how we perceive and respond to the emotions of others. The connection between emotional intelligence and mental health is profound, as our emotional well-being directly affects how we process and deal with the stressors and challenges that life inevitably presents. People with high EQ tend to have a better sense of self-awareness, allowing them to identify and manage their emotional triggers before they escalate. This ability to self-regulate emotions helps reduce feelings of anxiety, depression, and stress, which are common mental health struggles. A key component of EQ is empathy, the capacity to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathetic individuals can form deeper, more supportive relationships, which in turn promotes a sense of belonging and reduces feelings of loneliness and isolation, both of which are critical to mental health. The ability to understand and manage emotions doesn't only apply to our own feelings, it extends to how we interpret and react to the emotions of others, fostering healthier and more stable interpersonal connections. For example, someone with a high level of emotional intelligence might notice when a friend is struggling emotionally and provide support in a way that is helpful rather than dismissive or judgmental. This contributes to a stronger social network, which is a protective factor for mental health. Moreover, individuals with high EQ are more likely to handle negative emotions like frustration, anger, or sadness in constructive ways, rather than letting these emotions lead to destructive behaviors or unhealthy coping mechanisms. Their ability to pause, reflect, and choose an appropriate response allows them to maintain their mental and emotional balance in difficult situations. In contrast, individuals with lower emotional intelligence may struggle with impulse control and may react more impulsively to emotional stress, which can exacerbate mental health issues. Developing emotional intelligence can also enhance resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges. Resilience is crucial for maintaining mental health, as it enables individuals to navigate life's obstacles without feeling overwhelmed by them. Those with high emotional intelligence are more likely to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable problems, which can prevent feelings of helplessness or hopelessness. In a broader sense, emotional intelligence helps individuals cultivate a positive mindset, which has been shown to have a significant impact on mental health. People who are more emotionally intelligent tend to be more optimistic, have higher self-esteem, and experience greater life satisfaction. Their ability to regulate emotions and respond to challenges with a sense of calm and control contributes to overall well-being, reducing the risk of mental health disorders. Thus, the connection between emotional intelligence and mental health is not only about managing our own emotions but also about how we relate to and engage with the world around us. By honing our emotional intelligence, we can create stronger, healthier emotional foundations that support better mental health and overall life satisfaction. Chapter 13: The Role of Emotional Intelligence in Decision-Making. In the world of decision-making, whether personal or professional, emotional intelligence, EQ, plays a pivotal role in ensuring that the decisions we make are not only informed but also aligned with our long-term goals and values. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotions in oneself and others. It's a key factor that differentiates successful decision-makers from those who struggle with making choices that benefit their future. When we tap into our emotional intelligence, we gain a deeper understanding of how our emotions impact our thinking and behavior, which directly influences the choices we make. The more emotionally intelligent we are, the more we can make decisions that are not clouded by temporary emotions, stress, or impulsiveness, which are often the root cause of poor choices. One of the critical components of emotional intelligence in decision-making is self-awareness. Self-aware individuals are in tune with their emotions, understanding how their feelings can influence their judgments. For instance, when faced with a high-pressure situation, a person with high emotional intelligence can recognize their feelings of anxiety or frustration and take a step back, rather than acting impulsively. This allows them to make decisions based on logic and long-term benefits instead of reacting based on temporary emotional impulses. Moreover, this self-awareness helps in managing emotional regulation. When we regulate our emotions, we prevent them from overwhelming our decision-making process, allowing us to approach problems and opportunities with a clear mind and a more balanced perspective. Another significant aspect of emotional intelligence in decision-making is empathy. Empathy allows us to understand the emotions of others and how those emotions can affect the choices they make. In both personal and professional environments, understanding others' perspectives can help us make better decisions that consider not just our own interests but also the well-being of those around us. Empathy is particularly valuable when making decisions that impact teams, organizations, or relationships, as it fosters trust, collaboration, and a deeper connection with others. When leaders are empathetic, their decisions are more likely to be well received, as they take into account the feelings and motivations of those affected by the choices. Furthermore, emotional intelligence enhances our social skills, which are essential in communicating our decisions effectively and building relationships that support those decisions. When we have strong social skills, we can navigate complex social situations, negotiate, and persuade others without creating unnecessary conflict. These interpersonal skills make it easier to get buy-in from others, gather diverse perspectives, and build consensus. In this way, emotional intelligence doesn't just help us make sound decisions, it helps us implement those decisions successfully, turning our choices into meaningful actions that lead to positive outcomes. In summary, emotional intelligence is crucial in decision-making because it allows us to make decisions that are not only based on logic but also take into account our emotions and those of others. By being self-aware, empathetic, and skilled in managing our emotions and relationships, we can navigate the complexities of decision-making with greater clarity, confidence, and effectiveness. Whether we are choosing a career path, making a financial decision, or resolving a conflict, emotional intelligence ensures that we approach each choice with the emotional insight needed to achieve the best possible outcome. Chapter 14: Cultivating Emotional Intelligence in Daily Life. Emotional intelligence, EI, is not a trait that can be confined to a moment of reflection or a specific situation. it's something that must be consistently cultivated and applied throughout our daily lives. As we navigate the world, whether at home, work, or in social circles, emotional intelligence empowers us to make thoughtful decisions, manage our emotions, and foster healthier relationships. One of the most essential aspects of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. This means being in tune with your own feelings, acknowledging how they influence your actions, and recognizing patterns in your behavior. In daily life, this might mean taking a moment to pause and reflect when you feel anger or frustration rising, rather than reacting impulsively. By identifying the emotion in real time, you give yourself the opportunity to choose how to respond, which brings us to self-regulation. It's easy to let emotions control us, but with practice, we can learn to regulate them. In challenging situations, practicing deep breathing or mindfulness can provide the mental space needed to avoid saying something hurtful or making decisions based on temporary feelings. Another crucial element of emotional intelligence is empathy, which is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's not enough to simply recognize your own emotions, you must also be aware of how others feel. This could be as simple as noticing a friend's change in tone, a coworker's lack of enthusiasm, or the shift in your partner's body language. By actively listening and showing genuine concern, you can build stronger connections and show that you care. Empathy also extends to understanding the emotional dynamics in a group. At work or in social situations, acknowledging the emotions of the collective allows you to respond to group needs, de-escalate tension, and contribute to a more positive atmosphere. In daily life, improving emotional intelligence also involves practicing effective communication. This means not only expressing your own emotions clearly but also being mindful of how your words might impact others. Emotional intelligence enables you to navigate difficult conversations with greater ease, knowing when to express vulnerability and when to hold back. The goal is not to suppress emotions, but to communicate them in a way that fosters understanding and minimizes conflict. Furthermore, emotional intelligence plays a role in conflict resolution. Instead of approaching disagreements with a mindset of winning, EI encourages cooperation and finding mutually beneficial solutions. Whether it's a disagreement with a colleague or a family member, using your emotional intelligence to listen carefully, express your perspective without aggression, and seek compromise can transform the outcome of difficult situations. Practicing these principles consistently is how emotional intelligence becomes an intrinsic part of your daily life. It's not about being perfect or avoiding mistakes but about continuously learning, growing, and improving the way you interact with the world. Every interaction is an opportunity to refine your emotional intelligence. And as you do, you'll begin to see the positive impact it has on your relationships, decision-making, and overall well-being. Chapter 15, The Lifelong Benefits of Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EI, is not just a fleeting skill that fades away with time or fluctuates depending on the circumstances. Instead, it is a lifelong asset that pays dividends in virtually every aspect of our lives. Its significance grows as we navigate through the various stages of life, helping us not only survive but thrive in personal, professional, and social spheres. One of the greatest benefits of developing emotional intelligence is the enhancement of self-awareness. When we truly understand our emotions, we gain the ability to regulate them more effectively. This self-regulation ensures that we don't make rash decisions or respond impulsively, especially in high-pressure situations. This capacity to stay composed under stress can lead to greater success, whether in a business meeting, a family disagreement, or a challenging situation at work. Moreover, emotional intelligence fosters empathy, allowing us to relate to others in a way that promotes understanding and compassion. The ability to understand and share the feelings of others is crucial for building strong, meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. Relationships are at the core of our human experience, and EI enhances our ability to forge lasting connections. When we interact with others, whether our partners, colleagues, friends, or family members, we instinctively become more attuned to their emotions, needs, and perspectives. This emotional attunement helps us respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally, thereby creating healthier, more fulfilling interactions. As emotional intelligence develops, so does our social awareness and communication skills. Being able to pick up on social cues, interpret body language, and understand the dynamics of group interaction significantly strengthens our ability to work well with others. This becomes especially vital in the workplace, where teamwork and collaboration are fundamental to achieving success. When we communicate with empathy and emotional awareness. Thanks for listening to Boundless Books Audio, where knowledge fuels transformation. If you found this audiobook valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you unlock your potential.